Alright guys, and today is the 26th of March 2021. Since our update in December, when the price was 96 cents, we have seen Yangzijiang rise up more than 20 over percent to where it is today, 1.28. The question on everybody's mind, is this trend or is this uptrend going to continue? What do you think? Right, now let's have a look at the trend, okay? Now, if we look at Yangzijiang itself, you can see that okay, the price has gone up since those 96 days over here, okay, all the way up, okay, to what we have today at 1.28. Okay, today it closed at 1.28. Okay, the question on everybody's mind is whether this trend is set to continue. Just based on technical analysis, I like to use a combination of technical analysis as well as fundamentals, okay, to know whether the uptrend can really continue or not. Okay, let's just look at it from the technical perspective first. Okay, if we look here, all right, from the more technical perspective, the MACD is still in the positive territory. Okay, there's no crossover yet, although that looks to cross over here at some point, but there's no crossover yet, right? Okay, and the 20-day and 50-day moving average, okay, showing the medium term trend is going higher. Okay, you can see the divergence here, so which means to say the uptrend is definitely intact in the medium term. Okay, there's no fear of this stock suddenly turning tail and then going back down to the $1 levels again. Okay, now, but the next thing that on everybody's mind is that whether this trend can indeed continue, and are we seeing some resistance here? Okay, the first thing we need to do is, if we look at the chart itself, there are some analyses that I want to show you guys. Okay, if we look here, okay, whenever there is uh, the beginning of an uptrend or the beginning of a breakout point, okay, you will see that, okay, not say a beginning, but the end of the downtrend, or a marking to show that the uptrend is going to begin soon. Okay, there will be this thing what we call the doji morning star, right? Okay, over here. Okay, if you look at candlestick charts, this is an indicator of the beginning of an uptrend. So you can see here, there's one, and then it goes up, right? Then there's two, and then it breaks up again, and then finally there's three, and it moves higher again. Okay, so this star thing looks to be a nice indicator to let us know that, or this plus, not really star, but just this plus sign tells us that the trend is set to continue upwards. Okay, and each time you see this, okay, you can buy in, okay, around these 2 days, and then to prepare for the next uptrend. Okay, here also you can buy in around here. All right, now the question is, will this uptrend continue? Yes. Okay, in fact, next week onwards, we will see prices heading higher towards the 1.3 and above levels. How do I know? Okay, if you look at the trend itself, every time before there is a breakout, okay, there will always be some hugging near a resistance point. Okay, so let's have a look here, right? Okay, before it broke out from this 1.1 level, right, you will see these 4 days is actually trading quite near the 1.1 levels. Can you see around here? All right, it's trading quite near the 1.1 levels. The question, then why wouldn't it perform like this? Okay, at this point, maybe it was not ready to move up yet. Okay, you can see that, all right, maybe the trend was not so exact. It was not able to show any positive sign. But if you do recall, okay, it's also the beginning of the Chinese New Year during this period of time. So maybe the Chinese fund managers in China are not ready to push it up yet, not ready to give the stock a push to higher levels, because maybe they want to take a break or whatever. But once they are back from the Chinese New Year, you can see they start to take the prices a little bit higher. Okay, so that's my take on this. Okay, but I'm not too sure whether it's really the Chinese people who are actually pushing it up. We can't tell for sure, but at least I know that normally the Chinese New Year period is pretty soft. Okay, which and that is shown in this graph here. Okay. Okay, now one more thing is that you will notice that this is a major resistance level, right? At 97, you look at the graph, at 97, it touched many times already, right? Can you see? 97, 98. So this area here is quite strong resistance around this point here. Okay, so if you really extrapolate this, if you have bought in 97, congratulations. Okay, you will see your uptrend now taking you to higher levels. Okay, the next thing is you will notice that these few days, okay, they have been trying to test 1.24 without success. Okay, 1.24. So if you have bought in at 1.24 levels, congratulations. I do not think that it will revisit 1.24 again. Okay, that is my take on the price. Okay, in fact, this was the first time, okay, at this point in time over here, if you see the candle stick, this was the first time they take profit, okay, when it touched the 1.29 levels. All right, and then later on you see that there was resistance in the selling at 1.23, 1.24 levels, so which means that the buyers come in around 1.24 levels. Okay, subsequently 1.24 levels is gone, and you see it going higher right now to about 1.26, 1.27 these few days before today it closes at 1.28 with a white candlestick. Okay, what this means is this. If you look at the past few days, right, these 3 days, you will notice that the stock has been trading very near to its resistance level of 1.29, 1.30. Okay, it has actually retested 1.30 again. Okay, now question is this, will it still continue to test 1.30? There might be a possibility it will come down again to 1.26 maybe in next week and then try to push 1.30 again if the market is not ready to take the prices higher. But I believe before the next breakout, there will always be this sign that is hugging close to the 1.3 level, the resistance level, okay, which and they will continue to test the market to see if the sellers will come out and sell the price down into a lower level. But today you will see, okay, if you notice today, this one that they bought up right to 1.29 level, right? Correct or not? And the volume was on this day was about 100k. Okay, then the next day, okay, the price came down to 1.26. Okay, there was some selling involved, it came down to 1.26. Seems like there is a sale trend, and this may be representing a top. But hey, today the market actually bought upwards on a low volume and managed to push the price back up to 1.28, 1.29 levels with just 40k lots. Okay, when yesterday it took 80k lots to push it down back to 1.26, which means to tell you one thing, the sellers are actually losing the war. Okay, looks like the sellers are not able to push the price down much lower for longer. Okay, which means to say next week we could be in for the next breakout towards the 1.35 levels. Okay, so what should we do now? Okay, if you are still holding on to your Yangzijiang and have not sold yet, then ride up the trend, just ignore and move on. Okay, but if let's say you are not sure whether you want to enter your trade now, okay, I suggest that if you can get in somewhere around 1.26, 1.27 next week, if you can still get in, then you should get in, okay, because it will test 1.35 levels within a week or two after this. Okay, now the next question on everybody's mind, how am I so confident, okay, that you will test 1.35 levels, 1.4? That's because of Yangzijiang's current order book. Okay, if you look at the levels right now, okay, let me just show you the fundamentals now, okay, why I think the price can be higher. Okay, right, so at this point in time you will notice that, okay, on 5th of March 2021, okay, Yangzijiang chairman Ren Letian has actually announced a full order of 3 billion, okay, but on 5th of March 2021, and right now it's already 26th of March 2021. Okay, I think everybody who are in the Yangzijiang fan club, right, I guess you guys must have been very up to date with the latest news. You will notice that, okay, the Renletian has not yet announced some of the new orders that they have signed recently. Okay, maybe because number one, they usually compile all the updates, okay, all the new orders into one single big order and announce it usually at the end or in the beginning of the month. Okay, so right now it's not time to announce yet. Possibly, I think they may not have received the deposit or formalized certain things and all that. So normally those news on like Singtel website lah, all these Chinese websites, right? They tend to announce the orders before any formal collection of deposit and things like that. Okay, but once the contract is formalized through a deposit, normally it will be announced in this formally in SGX. Okay, just like this. Can? Okay, so I believe that you will be receiving such an update really very soon, and maybe you will have about another 1 billion of orders more. Okay, so if we extrapolate it, I think this could be a super year for Yangzijiang because they could actually get up to 7 billion or maybe 6 billion worth of orders. Okay, is Yangzijiang's yard capacity able to handle 7 billion worth of orders? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, now this is the order win momentum. Okay, in year 2007. Okay, so in year 2007 they have 5 billion worth of orders. So minimally we know that the yard can handle at least 5 billion worth of orders. And at this point in time, this is just the order win momentum. Okay, they may have been building some along the way also, right? Correct. Or order maybe what about 1 billion or 2 billion now currently being built in the yard in 2007. So maybe that full capacity maybe is about 7 to 8 billion dollar worth of orders. Okay, for Yangzijiang. So now they are only 3 billion. That means their yard it may not be stretched to the maximum yet, such that they really have to put in all their manpower and all that. Okay, so maybe their yard is maybe about 70 to 80% full, and the spare capacity has not been activated yet. So based on what I think, if we are able to see the 2007 order momentum, 5 billion worth of orders here, okay, we might be able to hit the 2007 price. What's the 2007 Yangzijiang price? Oh, let's take us back into history again. Okay, in 2007, you will notice that Yangzijiang actually hit a high of $2.66. Okay, over here you can see on my graph here, 12 October 2007, the price is $2.70, $2.67. Okay, now the question is, hey, are you kidding me? Now it's only $1.28. You are saying Yangzijiang can really hit $2.70? Okay, you look here, they first started in 20 April 2007, and now we are in March. Okay, so when the time comes, it is around 26 October 2007. But this is not before the great dip. From here, you can see there's one dip here, 2.21 dip all the way to 1.76. Okay, so this kind of stock is not it's quite volatile. Okay, so if you don't have stomach for volatility, then I think you must take profit along the way. Alright, okay, so 1.30 can go up to 2.26 with an order book of 5 billion order win momentum, okay, in 2007. Okay, so question is this. Question on everybody's mind. Do you really think that Yangzijiang can hit 2.7? Really? Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, in the last one, let's be more realistic. Okay, let's really come back to the previous levels. Okay, if you look at the order win momentum in the past 5 years, just the past 5 years ago alone, you see in 2016 they have new order wins of 0.82 billion, 2017 2.11 billion, 2018 1.46 billion, 2019 0.83 billion, 1.82 billion, and in year to date 2021 1.31 billion as of that time. Right now, you are already seeing 3 billion of orders. 3 billion, 3 billion. This is more than any of the years that they had, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. And if we look at the price at 2017, okay, 2017, where's 2017 price? Okay, it's around here, right? This is 2018, okay, 2018, right? 2017, around 2017, 2018. See? 2017 is here, end of 2017, 1.71, 1.64, 1.5. And this 1.5, 1.5, 1.6, right? Around 2017, right? Okay, this is only when they have secured 2.11 billion worth of orders, no? 2.11 billion order, and you can get 1.46, 1.47, right? Or 1.5, 1.6, right? Now you have 3 billion worth of orders and many more billion to come. So do you really think that Yangzijiang's momentum is going to stop at 1.3? I think no, I do not think so. Okay, I think it was going to head up to 1.5 easily. Okay, but not so soon. It will have to go through the same usual momentum first. Okay, it will go up, it will test high, go low, take some profit taking along the way and all that before it hits 1.5. Okay, so people who have invested in Yangzijiang when it's 90 over cents, congratulations, you are in the right shape. Okay, so now, okay, so I just want to share with you guys what I think will happen to Yangzijiang in 6 months time. Okay, Yangzijiang should be trading at around maybe close to 1.6 to 1.7 levels. Okay, that could be a time where you can take some of the money off the table. Okay, if you are afraid of risk, if you are afraid that maybe China will declare war on US, or if you or China will declare war on Taiwan or whatever. Okay, there can be many kinds of risks in the market. Okay, but if you just want to take some profit off the market, sure, go ahead, but don't take everything out. Okay, because you must see the investment all the way to the end, right? Okay, so that is my update for Yangzijiang. So next week, be prepared, stand by in case okay the market goes higher, it will test 1.35 in the next level. Okay, question: will it stop at 1.35 and then correct back to 1.30 levels? I doubt not. Okay, because there is a pause here already, right? Can you see the pause here? Okay, so these few days there's already been quite a number of profit taking and things like that. Okay, a lot of sellers going in, there's also more buyers coming in here. Okay, it has become the darling of SGX because now it's top volume counter almost every day. Okay, so I can assure you, with more people putting this stock on their radar, I do not think that it's going to stop at 1.29. It's going to go up to 1.34, test 1.34 easily, break it, and 1.39 will be the perfect next 1.39, 1.40 will be the next profit taking opportunity that most people will be looking for. Okay, if you are a short-term trader. Okay, so but for me, I am a mix of short-term and long-term. So my short-term, I will take some profit at 1.39 as well. Okay, and some lots I will keep for long-term. Okay, and those will be untouchable until I realize until Yangzijiang realizes its full potential. Okay, so that's all for my update. Okay, I hope that uh, uh, what I've shared with you today is informative and can help you, okay, to make a more informed decision on your investment. Okay, now as mentioned, the disclaimer, this is just my own thinking about the share price. It does not represent the views of anybody. So you may for any decision, please ask and check with your financial advisor, okay, for any final decision on this. All right, that's all I have for you. Thank you for listening in.